start letting everybody.
This world of ours, what does it mean when storms and droughts persist? Our life is now, but oh so short, doing the things we can't resist. Tomorrow is the future. What does tomorrow bring to me and every other soul? When no longer we can sing about our planet that we cherish, bringing smiles to every face, with nature's heartbeat at our door, all the wonders of this place.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Chipper, a very old friend of Poonam Bir Kasturi, who was a show-up social entrepreneur from India. And I say with a very heavy heart that we lost her yesterday. She was a luminous soul, and you may have noticed on various channels a lot of messages and tributes to her. If anyone has anything to share about her, please do put it on the chat right now. Poonam was the founder of Daily Dum, and with extremely path-breaking work in sanitation in India. She was also called Compost Wali. She initiated the concept of home composting in India. She was a pioneer. She was a pioneer in many more ways than one. She open sourced her models 20 years ago. And literally, we have hundreds of partners, not only in India, but all over the world, who use the Daily Dum methodology. All her knowledge was always in open source. She was a wonderful mother, wife, sister, friend, and we have lost a leading light for the world. I will miss her deeply. She was my closest friend, and I now propose that we have a minute's silence for her passing. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your loving thoughts and memories of her, and for your blessings for her and her family. I would also just like to say that she was a founding member of Catalyst 2030. She was with us in the initial meeting with Althor. She has known for the last many years that her life would be short, but she lived it fully without letting anyone be aware of whatever health shortcomings she ever had. We also want to share that she had an initiative called Desh Ka Bag, a collaborative initiative that she pursued with a lot of passion. And very happy to share that the Bangalore local government has taken on Desh Ka Bag initiative, and it'll be funding it all over Bangalore city. And you can read more about it in the upcoming days on the Catalyst website. Thank you all once again. Thank you.
A reminder for everyone that if you're listening to the transcriptions, they are available in Arabic, French, Portuguese, and Spanish. Put in the chat if you have any problems. And as we're doing our typical check-in for the closing ceremony, we'd love for you to not only tell us who you are, your name and your organization, where you're logging in from the world today, but we'd love to hear about your favorite mic drop moment during Catalysing Change Week. So in the chat, not in addition to your name, organization, where you're calling in from, is what was your favorite moment during CCW? It would be a great opportunity for everyone to share about those moments. Thank you, everyone, for putting those in. And we're off to Lavoie to welcome everyone to Catalysing Change Week closing session.
Thank you so much for this, opportunity. Like Debbie, it's really on the heavy heart of Pune. It's just kind of, it take me when I joined the shop first time we meet in China, how the kind of the deeper connection and the warmness, and the last time we were in India. So those kind of moments, that the relationship and the connection, that how deep where we come from, this, like, as we kind of celebrate this amazing week of CCWC, and it's like, it's been amazing in terms of seeing how the growth. I've been part of this like from day one, but this year it's just like, that part of like, the awesome, time now. Just like to say in the last one, just welcome everyone, be part of this kind of like a session today. And we're looking forward for you, share the moments. We want to hear the feedback. That's all what we try to get it from you in terms of how was it. And just like before, later, to thank everyone in the team. I know the things are going to be done, but the team have worked so hard to make sure that they work to extend that where we are today. Now, so for the team, everyone is involved. Just know that we are acknowledging your work and we are appreciating your work.
Lavoie, you want to showcase who's going to be joining you today in the closing session?
Yes, so from a board, of Catalyst, I've loved to kind of like my sister Gabby, Rana, biggest sister, and Jason, and also Mano, to also, if they could also just like unmute and able to come in.
Hello, everyone. Salam.
Hola a todos. Buen día.
Beautiful. I know. Great to be here.
Last one, for me, Moleni Nonke Nalamgileki.
Oops. We're going to go ahead and share the seat at the table video about shifting the government policies. And that was created by one of the team members at Catalyst.
Catalyst 2030 started life as a group of social innovators chatting on a WhatsApp group about how to accelerate their impact. Coming together to create the Catalyst 2030 movement, social innovators were determined to debunk the myth that they could not and would not collaborate. Collaboration is the key to our mission to accelerate impact by, for example, engaging with stakeholders to shift the funding paradigm and to ensure that we, as the social innovation sector, have a seat at the table where we can help shape and move policy dialogue. Catalysing Change Week 2024 has been about building the innovation sector with over 100 sessions dedicated to showcasing new ideas and creating new collaborations. But it's also been about showcasing our amazing achievements. So what are those achievements? During the 2023 Catalysing Change Week, Catalyst held an informative session with the G20 Indian Sherpa, Mr. Amitabh Kant, advocating for the inclusion of social innovators in the G20 programming.
The importance of social innovation is, to my mind, is very critical.
This in turn led to a letter directly to the G20 Brazil Sherpa, recommending the inclusion of social innovators in the Brazilian G20 program, and was secured with the interventions of our Catalyst Brazil chapter. During Catalysing Change Week 2024, Philippe Hayes invited the cooperation of social innovators.
It's important for social innovators not to wait for any special blessing or approval. I think that there is really an enormous contribution social innovators can bring to the table.
Social innovators have been invited into key sessions during COP to promote their solutions for climate adaptation.
Our goal is to include social innovators from every region, making visible their contributions to climate action and strengthening our community with shared goals and mutual support.
In the future, social innovation as a sector will cut across all pillars at COP. Nigai Apadarai joined us at Catalysing Change Week 2024 to invite Catalyst 2030 members to collaborate.
From COP perspective, as I said, we are open for collaboration. If you have any concrete ideas that you see yourself within COP, please just send it to us. Let's have a separate discussion with you.
The Government Champions for Social Innovation Working Group has formed, bringing together relevant national-level government entities engaged in promoting and developing the social innovation sector, hand in hand with the social innovators. Catalyst is facilitating the group until it becomes its own entity. As one of the few civil society organizations, Catalyst 2030 has contributed to the World Bank's Evolution Roadmap during the Spring Meeting 2023, and are currently co-creating the new civil society and social innovation facility at the World Bank. Catalyst 2030 was invited to join the United Nations Task Force on Social and Solidarity Economy in 2021. And as one of the few non-UN agencies within the working group, Catalyst made a contribution to the action plan. Following the awarding of US aid at the Catalyst Awards 2023, engagement has been ongoing. This has led to the invitation from USAID for Catalyst members to contribute directly as part of a roundtable discussion, and provided an opportunity to input into the USAID's new local systems framework. Through Catalyst members' advocacy efforts, the network has been offered the opportunity to host the House of Social Innovation in a prime spot on the main promenade at Davos by the organisation Davos Works. And our work continues across countries, governments and ministries, and across all sectors.
altering.
All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. That was a video showing us the high level influence and impact of Catalyst on the world, on the different sectors. But now we're going to bring you back to local, to our living rooms and our kitchens. That's what Catalyst is about. It's about the members themselves coming around and talking to each other. And at the end, in this closing moment of Catalyzing Change Week, it's like we're all gathered around the table having dinner in some place in the world and reflecting on the wonderful achievements of every member. If we go to the next slide, we're celebrating actually the impact report. Can we go? Yes, the Accelerating Impact Report that actually was presented at SCOL this year in Oxford. And this is a collection of all the data from 2023 of the various activities of the various members and working groups and collaborations that have been created and achieved during the past year. And so how do we do this, right? We accelerate systems change. And when we talk about systems change, we go from setting it up to ideation, to scoping, to mobilization, and then implementation, scaling, and catalyze. And for every stage, we have a story, right? It's all about storytelling, gathering around the dinner table or the fire, as our ancestors did, to share experiences so that we can be inspired, excited, and to learn from each other's not failures, but opportunities to learn. If we go to the next slide, and how do we do that, right? So part of the pillars of Catalyst is developing an enabling environment for social entrepreneurs to flourish and to thrive. We do that in different ways. And here are a few highlights in this report that talk about how we influence policymakers. And we saw some of that in the video previously about how we influence government, but also how do we influence funding, right? Because even today, the funding is very top down. So what is Catalyst doing to change how funding is done? And we can talk about the letter, we can talk about a self-assessment for the funders, and much, much more. And if we go to the next slide, we can also talk about the myths that were mentioned, right? So we have myths that nobody collaborates or collaboration is not good. However, we know that networking, collaboration are the most important things. And according to one of our members, Nadim Aslam, pull a thread here and you'll find it attached to the rest of the world. And that is the magic of Catalyst. Or, as Giroux has told us, a river starts at the head of a mountain and it knows it has to reach the sea, but it goes this way and that way, turning around until it reaches its destination. That's what systems change is about. You go slowly and negotiate your way through until you arrive at the final destination. And that's evolution, right? We will learn, we will fail. It's about adapting to the environment, but always being optimistic and hopeful. So as you can see in the slide, we have so many collaborations that you can read about in this impact and be inspired to create your own collaborations. And we just saw how Poonam, despite her passing away and leaving us to go to the next world, her impact is still there. Her collaboration is still continuing. So we all can starting from our little, where we are, in our homes, in our houses, in our communities, we can create change that ripples throughout the world. Next slide, please. And so part of that change and part of now collecting new data for 2024 and for the future, Catalyst has launched, it's now on Medium, and it's about advancing systems change through showcasing the stories and the lessons learned from our different members. And so today we launched this series on the Medium, and I humbly, we wrote this series, the first one, which talks about impact of We Love Reading, but most importantly, how can we learn how to measure in new ways? How can we learn about how do we scale in new ways? And how can we learn how to inspire and trigger that feeling of social innovation that is present in every human being around the world? Because that's how we survive. That's how we, as human beings, we've been around for 200,000 years because we all really care. And all we need is this comradeship, this fellowship that Catalyst gives us to feel that we're important, we are relevant, and together we can make a difference. And next slide. And as head co-chair of the MENA region chapter with Jackie Malouf, who's from Lebanon, we, along with all the members of Catalyst, specifically those who come from the MENA region, we have launched our own initiative called MENA Manara. And manara is a word in Arabic, which means beacon, like the lighthouse that stands, in the fog and the dark, emitting light to help guide people to go to their final destination. And so the whole concept of Mina Manara is based on the MENA's region's cultural values that provide a fertile ground for social and solidarity initiatives that are aligned with Catalyst's focus on empowering local narratives and addressing community challenges. And the decentralized approach of Catalyst, which aligns with what Mina Manara wants to do, is about enabling and redefining social entrepreneurship from a local cultural lens. And that results in fostering collaborations among stakeholders from different sectors, prioritizing impact over individual credit. This spirit of generosity, right? That is part of those pillars, core values of Catalyst. And despite there are context different specific challenges across the MENA region, we have across the region diverse factors that offer a rich resource to weave a tapestry for innovation and scalable solutions, not just for local solutions, but to address global challenges around the world, and become a hub for social innovation. And that's why the name is about Manara, a beacon of hope. And especially today, with all the challenges that we are facing in the 21st century, whether we're talking about climate change, natural disasters, but again, I'm from the MENA region, I'm Palestinian, and today what's going on in Gaza, we need each other as much as possible to come together, and in the spirit of Catalyst, work together to make a difference, stop injustice, have equity among all, and a better life for future generations all over the world. Thank you. And now we go to the next slide. Abhijit, it's all yours.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. And I'm excited to introduce to you Ask Catalyst. This is something that we started last year. So there's a quick exercise that I want all of you to do. Generally, in meetings, we're not allowed to pull out our phones. But now I'm requesting all of you to please take out your phones, scan this QR code or type in this number, and start using Ask Catalyst. This is part of our collaboration Cat Tech, which primarily is built as a semantic chatbot, which is currently available on WhatsApp and trained using the information available on Catalyst. So please take a moment and pull out your phones and start chatting solution. I will also share a quick link for everyone in case you find, because it's an AI and we have trained it on a lot of custom information, it is bound to give sometimes false information. So kindly, if you find that information to be incorrect, kindly flag that, and you can share that information back with us on this Google form.
Thank you, Abhijit. And as we are filling that app, which is so wonderful how we can use technology for the betterment of humanity, I want to also don't forget to thank every member of Catalyst Secretariat who are working tirelessly behind the scenes. Nobody sees them, but they make all this magic happen. So shukran, 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 jazakum Allahu khairan in Arabic, and others will say it in different languages. Thank you very much. And please offer, everybody here, please, anybody who can offer advice or help or support for Mina Manara, for Abhijit, for Ask Catalyst, and how we can use technology and all the other efforts that are going around within Catalyst. Thank you very much.
Just some quick insights about Ask Catalyst. So this is how it looks. You can ask different questions. We have currently some support for different languages. It may not give exact responses, but you can definitely try it out in different languages. It will also soon be added on the website. And if we go on the next slide, just some data for all the math nerds out there. So this Ask Catalyst AI chatbot has been trained on almost 9 million characters, which is from the Catalyst 2030 website, a lot of curated member information from the Social Change Innovators website, and a lot of other social sector information. If you'd like to contribute, you're welcome to join the collaboration and help us advance this. Thank you.
Off to you, Gabby, calling us in from the airport.
Hello, everyone. Hola todos. We are happy to celebrate our global community and how it keeps growing with more and more chapters and members and countries in this collective action at the local level. I'm happy to share with you today that Catalyst has 139 countries. And in this closing ceremony of Catalysing Change Week 2024, after this amazing week, we launched 10 more chapters, a new country chapter, sorry, and now we have 75 chapters. It's so many numbers because we have so many things happening around the world. And we also have great leaders representing these countries. You can see the new chapters in your screen. You are very welcome to this movement. And let's hear from all of them and let's celebrate how our movement is growing. Thank you very much. Lubullo, up to you.
Thank you so much, KB. I mean, I'll try to talk about my Africa, my continent. And as part of the continent, our campaign, which is Africa Forward, we hosted kind of 3 impactful sessions that we have it, where we have about 400 people have joined it around the continent in the world. And one of our objectives as part of Africa Forward is to make sure that we're building and strengthening the sector of social innovators in Africa. It's one of the things that we're working so hard as Africa Forward. Today, we have about 27 country chapters that we have in Africa. Out of the 75, 27 are coming from Africa. And I'm happy to celebrate today the launch of 5 new chapters in Africa. Eswatini, next to SA, Togo, Gambia, Ivory Coast, Mauritius, as part of new chapters that are coming in now. And let's listen some of the new chapters and celebrate together.
Hi, everybody. I am Mahendranath Baskapur, the Secretary General of Hali Movement Coalition in Mauritius. Our NGO was founded in 1989, and we have always been working for the protection of children and families in Mauritius. We are also proud to have partnership links with the private sector, governmental institutions, and international and national organizations in an attempt to devise policies in the interest of the world children. We are happy to announce the Catalyst 2030 Mauritius chapter as one of the new chapters in Africa. We will be working with different actors in the ecosystem of social entrepreneurs in Mauritius with the following main objectives. Working together for the recognition of the social entrepreneurship sector with the government in collaboration with Indian Ocean Islands, building collaborations on response to climate change, taking forward key country-level initiatives as the internet governance and school on internet governance, creating sense of community among social entrepreneurs in the country, and exploring collaborations with universities for inclusion of social entrepreneurs in their programs. As a closing remark, I would like to add, with the support of Anis, that with the creation of the Mauritius chapter, we hope that we'll have more representations from the other Indian Ocean Islands and a strong involvement in Africa Forward initiative. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Evariste Awouwi. I am from Côte d'Ivoire in West Africa. I'm the CEO of Electronic West Africa, which is an organization promoting a secular economy, social and environmental justice in the US sector in Côte d'Ivoire. I'm also the CEO of RESI, a convening space for stakeholders of the local ecosystem to work together, to collaborate, to co-create, and to advance social entrepreneurship in the country. Today, I'm very excited to announce the official launch of Catalyst 2030 chapter in our country. The main objective of this chapter is to foster an appropriate environment to accelerate sustainable development goal in Côte d'Ivoire. And we have set up some priority, which are the following: strategic collaborations and co-creations, the contribution of young people in social, economic, and political development through social entrepreneurship and civic engagement, the quality education for all with a view to better employability for decent and dignified jobs in order to fight poverty, the economic empowerment of women for gender equality, poverty eradications, and inclusive economic growth, and finally some action to combat climate change. In order to be efficient, we have each subgroup working on specific subjects, which are climate, environment and health, innovation and systemic change, youth and entrepreneurship, governance, security and peace, gender equality and elimination of gender-based violence, schooling of the younger, resource mobilizations and educations and human capital development. To end these presentations, we would like to thank you guys for the great support that you brought all along the process. And then we are very excited to be part of this big family, and then to contribute, to take an active part in the work, to advance, to accelerate the sustainable development goals in our country. Thank you very much, and looking forward to collaborating with you. Goodbye.
Bonjour, je suis Agba Victor Kokousselom. Je suis responsable de l'ONG AVES, Association des volontaires pour l'environnement sain. Nous sommes basés au Togo. Je suis le promoteur de l'émergence du développement inclusif et durable, qui est une entreprise sociale qui fait la promotion de la lutte contre les changements climatiques en matière de la reforestation, de l'agriculture biologique, et surtout que nous produisons des produits intrants pour les bonnes femmes qui sont dans l'agriculture durable. Autre que ça, nous menons des campagnes et des actions sur le système d'assainissement et surtout la planification de tout ce qui est lié à la fourniture d'eau potable. Voilà un peu présenté tout ce que nous faisons comme projets sociaux au niveau du Togo. Nous aimerions implanter le chapitre de Catalyst Togo pour booster ce mouvement mondial au niveau territorial national togolais. Par rapport à ce chapitre, nous voulons vraiment renforcer la capacité du chapitre en matière de l'organisation, en matière de tout ce qui est planification, afin de booster la visibilité et la communication autour de Catalyst par rapport à son fonctionnement, sa gouvernance et tout ce qui est lié à ses programmes et activités. Cela sera vraiment intéressant que nous portons ce chapitre en impliquant tous les acteurs innovateurs sociaux au Togo. Pour ce faire, il y a le secteur privé, les institutions de l'État, les agences et la gouvernance, c'est-à-dire que les collectivités territoriales que nous pouvons impliquer dans la mise en œuvre de ce plan d'action de Catalyst Togo que nous aimerions bien lancer au cours de cette Assemblée générale. Je vous remercie.
Hi, my name is Mohamed Sedikan from the Republic of the Gambia. I'm leading an organization called Merit Gambia. At Merit Gambia, we use sports as a tool to tackle the sustainable development goals, and then we also use sports as a tool to empower and then engage young people into sustainable development, and then also reach out to communities that are marginalized, that are vulnerable, using the tool of sports to bring opportunities to youth and then to members in those rural communities. I am excited to announce the launching of Catalyst 2030 chapter in the Gambia, and then very, very excited. We will be working with innovators, policymakers in the ecosystem, social entrepreneurs, bringing them opportunities, sharing a platform or creating a platform for them where we can definitely empower them, and then of course bring opportunities.
Hi everybody, I am Maître.
Ces programmes et activités. Cela sera vraiment intéressant que nous portons ce chapitre.
Sorry about that.
We will be
Somehow I got muted.
working with innovators, policymakers in the ecosystem, social entrepreneurs, bringing them opportunities, sharing a platform or creating a platform for them where we can definitely empower them, and then of course bring opportunities to their table. I am really excited that after attending the Africa Forward conference in Naivasa, this is definitely happening in the Gambia, that we are launching the Catalyst 2030 Gambia chapter. I'm excited and I cannot wait to start working with the young people, with innovators, social entrepreneurs, policy makers in the ecosystem. I'm excited, and yes, let's go Gambia.
Well, boy, don't you think we need a big shout out for Africa right now and some emojis going on?
No, we need. I mean, we have to celebrate. This is the greatest milestone to see how Africa, and just to say welcome to new chapters. So excited to see more engagement, more chapters.
Play the video. Jason, you're not. You're muted.
It shouldn't be muted. Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah. Kia ora to our Catalyst 2030 whānau family around the globe. This Catalysing Change Week, fueled by the powerful spirit of whanaungatanga, or connection in English, we witnessed a remarkable exchange of knowledge, ignited innovation, and solidified our social innovation sector. Deep gratitude to our incredible Catalyst 2030 whānau, the Secretariat, from Maddie to Susanna, Nikita to John Paul, Lana to Mary, Debbie to Brown, Karen to Maria, Ava to Depa, Cindy to Leda, Jane to Urban, Matthew to Paula, Tommy to Paula P, Toon to Irene, Avani to Irene, Hira to Nwando, and all our valued Secretariat. Tihei Mauri ora. The members, leaders, and every single innovative contributor, both seasoned and new, you are the wind beneath our wings. And together, we'll carry this passion for people and our planet forward. Action-oriented solutions fueled by collaboration will pave the way for a thriving future nurtured by nature's bounty. I'd just like to give a little blessing for everyone to close it off respectfully, wherever you come from our beautiful planet. And it goes like this.
Well, real quick, let us do, before you do the closeout, let's do two more things.
Yeah, please. I'll hand it back to you, Debbie.
Real quickly, as we're going to hold on to this, your biggest takeaway from Catalyzing Change Week 2024, if you can get ready to put it in the chat, but don't put it in the chat until you watch this quick closing video, and then I'll hand it off to Jason to finish us up. So.
Look at entrepreneurship beyond just that. and really building the critical mindset of young people into problem solving, into analytical thinking, into negotiation and into collaboration. Because I think that is very, very critical. Without this skill set, young people will not be able to build successful businesses or enterprises that would create jobs of the future.
To solve what's an existential challenge to the world, but that existential challenge also goes to the other challenges that allow to have livable, sustainable societies, communities, countries. So I think the plea we're making is that we can't forget the social sector, that the private and public sectors alone will not get to the goals we want to achieve.
But I look forward very much to seeing the results of your conversation and to being part of the important social innovation conversation with Catalyst 2030 into the future.
Success of these partnerships is about values alignment, right? And figuring that out early. And once you've sort of established that, this can then lead to larger collaborations.
To have a voice and not to be afraid. And not to be afraid means we work together. That's the collaboration. That's the teamwork. And what I see in Catalyst is a beautiful network of people who all believe in the same values. And so we understand each other and we can support each other, each in their own way. People are different. Some can do more than others. Some have different influence in different sectors.
Yeah, so expanding our perspectives, being comfortable, being uncomfortable, constantly asking ourselves who's not in the room that needs to be. It's imperative that a whole of society approach is taken, which includes governments being accountable to the SDGs as they agreed and signed up to them.
So tihei mauri ora, tu taua mai I runga, tu taua mai I raro, tu taua mai I waho, tu taua mai I roto. Kia tau ai te mauri ora ki te katoa. Tera pēa kia whakamahui o tanga e koe o ranga pono, homi e, hui e, tā e ki e. The life force of us all combined, we summon from above, below, within, from the outside environment, to calm and settle the vital inner essence, the well-being of everyone. May your awareness open up your true existence, be joined together, united as one. Haere rā, everyone. Farewell until our next CCW. Love you all.
And Sanjoy, since you were able to join us from the airport, do you want to say some closing words as our chair of CCW this year?
Just to say a big thank you to all of the programming team and of course to the wonderful secretariat. And as I was just typing to say, this is the place to learn, this is the place to share, to innovate, and I think finally to heal, because coming together really is about healing, not just the planet, but it needs to start with ourselves. So to all of you out there, lots of love. A big thank you to the amazing secretariat that's done an absolutely incredible job. And of course, to the programming team. God bless.
So as we end this beautiful session and thank all of you as we part ways today at the end of Catalyzing Change Week, can we all go on camera for a moment so we can do a quick video? A quick image of everyone in the chat. Or everyone in the chat, everyone's beautiful photos. So let's see some hands up, things moving, hearts, says Jason. We'll do some CCW closing. Thank you. Beautiful, you all. And as we end for today, we'd love for all of you to say goodbye, thank you in your own language. Unmute and say goodbye, and we'll all be on our way. Thank you so much for an amazing 2024 Catalyzing Change Week.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Terima
Bye.
Gracias. Gracias. Hasta luego. Adiós.
Wonderful.
Over.